Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Nick from ForexForNoobs.com with the daily analysis. Today is Monday, the 24th of June 2019. I'm not used to doing a webinar on a Monday, nor am I used to doing a webinar at this time. It is currently 8 here in the UK, 8 p.m. But this is the time the webinar is starting today because I'm off on an early flight to Sweden tomorrow. I don't even know how many people are in here, if anyone is actually in here, because this is not the normal time, so I wouldn't be surprised if... Oh, actually, no, Michael's here. Oh, we got at least one person in here. Yeah, so I'm off to Sweden. Oh, two people. Here we go. Maybe I should do more webinars at this time, just so everyone has a chance to attend live. But yeah, I'm off to Sweden tomorrow, guys, on a small business trip. Short. I'll be doing analysis. I'll be doing analysis on Tuesday evening. So I think tomorrow's analysis might be at around about 8, 9, 10 p.m., something like that. Or I might do it Wednesday morning. We'll just see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated as to the analysis times. But the point is, there will be analysis. I'm going to be taking my laptop. I'm going to be taking a portable mic. And I'll be doing analysis in Sweden. So anyway, let's get into the analysis, guys. In today's analysis, we're going to be looking at all these pairs on the right here, or most of them anyway. All these time frames, we're going to be looking for price action setups. When I say price action setups, I mean reversals, continuations, whatever. I don't care. As long as it's a good price action setup, I'm willing to take it. I shared so many good setups last week. It's unbelievable. This isn't me bragging, because it turns out that I took the one bad setup I shared last week. I didn't take any of the winners. This is a running theme now. I've been busy lately, so then I'll pick one of what I think is the best setups of all the setups I've looked at. Trade that one, and that ends up failing. So whatever. A lot of people think that when you fail a few trades in a row, you're doing something wrong, but the reality is that this is just trading. You are going to take losses in a row. You're going to take several losses in a row sometimes. A losing streak is just part of trading. Statistically, losing streaks are just part of trading. So, like, if you were to flip a coin with a 70% win rate, so it's a special coin that lands on heads 70% of the time, you're still going to have losing streaks, even though you have a 70% win rate. Even if you have an 80% win rate, you are going to hit losing streaks of a few trades in a row. So to me, this is just a normal kind of thing. I'm not too bothered by the losing streak. I do find it kind of funny, though, that I'm picking the one bad trade. Like, I share 5 or 6 trades, they're all great, and then I pick the one bad out of the group. I'm exaggerating a bit, though, because not all the trades are doing amazingly well. I mean, GBP/JPY is one of the long trades I shared last week. This one's just kind of messing about at its entry. So see, it's sitting there right now. This was the entry. It's not really done much. So had I entered that one, I wouldn't have been stopped out, but I wouldn't have been at target either. So AUDJPY, I don't think anyone actually entered this one in the end, did they? Or maybe they did, but I can't remember. Is anyone long on AUDJPY? Did anyone get in on this trade? Ah, right. Oh, yeah, because you emailed me about it, didn't you? Wait, did I respond to your last email? I get a feeling I didn't. Oops, sorry, Michael. My bad. I've just marked it as unread, so I'll respond to you after. I clicked the email, I read it, and I made a mental note to respond to you, and then that mental note just kind of disappeared from my head. And when I saw your name in here, I was like, oh crap, I had to respond to that email, didn't I? I've marked it as unread, like I said, so I'll see it in my inbox and I'll respond after this webinar. Righto. AUDJPY. So this one's going pretty well compared to GBP-JPY. This one's going pretty well. For those of you who are in it, just hold on to it. It looks like it might be making a new high. If it makes a new high beyond these last few candles, then I think it's going to be good for pushing up a bit further. AUDUSD is another one of the trades I shared. This one just went straight up and hit its target, so that one's all good. New Zealand USD is another one of the trades I shared. That one hit target, that's all good. New Zealand CAD's the one I got in on that failed, hit stop loss. And EURUSD is another one I shared that obviously went absurdly well. That one was just a crazy move here on EURUSD. There were a few trades that I'm not sure. Yeah, Euro New Zealand. This is another one, actually. I forgot to mark this one. This is another one I shared. This one was entered on the 8 hour. I think it was shared to the forum by George. I don't know if George is in here tonight or if he's still holding on to this. I know George is in the middle of moving house right now, so he's struggling with time at the moment. But yeah, this is another trade. This one's going not as well as I would like. So the idea with this one was a continuation on the daily chart here, because we could see it's trending up really well. So the trade was a continuation. Price broke above, bounces down, boom, continuation. But yeah, that continuation, it's just, I mean, it's not doing bad. It's just not going as well as I would have liked. What's this for USDJPY? Oh, this is one of the trades Michael was asking me about. I'm looking to go short here on USDJPY. I'm looking for a potential short. I want to go short on a break below this candle, the low of this candle here. So I want to go short maybe around about the 10700, or even better, the 10697. That might actually be a better entry on this one. So it would be a short continuation. Now this is a bit of a risky trade. I have to say right off the bat, bit of a risky trade, because we're shorting into areas that price has not hit in a relatively long time. Aside from this brief spot here, this anomaly here, this is just an anomaly. That's not something that's we should consider seriously. But before that, it was, well, I guess it wasn't that long ago, but it's several months of a low. Sorry, when I say several months, I mean well over a year of a low. So price was last down here in April 2018, bounced away. So having targets down here, it's a bit of an ambitious target, but price is trending down heavily on USDJPY. And I think there's a good chance that it could continue down. But I do want to see a break below here before I went into that trade. So that's the first setup that we're looking at this week. AUDCAD. Oh, here's another successful trade I shared. Blah, 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 whatever. It's, yeah, it's already moving, so too late now. EuroCAD, nothing much going on there. GBP/AUD, nothing much. USDCHF, I'm kind of interested to see what USDCHF does when it hits, well, it has hit, but what it does at this area here. Because we could see that last time it dropped to this area, we got a wick down to pretty much where it stalled today, and then it kind of stopped. So if we drop down to like the 8 hour, maybe the 6 hour, maybe the 4 hour, maybe we have to go a bit lower. Yeah, there we go. We could see that we have some nice little indecision and a turnaround here. So I'm wondering if we're going to see something similar here. In fact, I'm going to pull this down to that. Yeah, to that bounce there. I'm looking for a potential long here. The thing with going long when you're going against a move like this is that it's quite a risky long, right? Because you're countering such a strong trend. It's such a strong trend that you're countering. So while I am looking at going long, it's probably going to have a pretty tight target. Anyway, I'm just going to actually... Sorry, guys, I'm just getting a little mixed up because I was about to say I'll leave this one till tomorrow and we'll revisit it tomorrow. But this could very well form on some of the lower time frames, so it might trigger by tomorrow. So I think leaving it until tomorrow is a bad call. So instead, what we're going to do is we'll keep an eye on this on the lower time frames as well as the daily. So I'm talking the 12-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour. We'll keep an eye on this and we'll see what happens here. If price stalls out on this support level, I am willing to go in long. What I would do though is I would have a very conservative target. This is not the time to get ambitious with your targets. You want to have a very conservative target. So the initial target would be around about 1.5. So 1.5 times the size of your stop loss. So let's imagine, just for the sake of example, that this candle here, the 6-hour candle, closes exactly as it is now. All right. I'll be willing to go in long on the 6-hour if the next candle pushes up and breaks this high. So it breaks 0.9736. If it hits that level and gets above it, I'm willing to go long there. Now, my stop loss would be somewhere roughly 0.9705. My initial target would be 1.5. Now, I know that looks like a small target. I'm totally willing to extend that target. But in order to extend that target, what I want to see is I want to see very good momentum from buyers. So let's imagine it closes like this. Next candle does something like this. It's hard to draw these candles. And the next candle starts pushing up like that really fast. Then what I'll say to myself is, whoa, we're seeing a lot of momentum here. And I'll extend that target. I'll pull it up to 2R. So to here, that would be 2 times the size of my stop. Probably halve that stop. And I would manage it that way. So this is because we're trading counter to the trend. We need to be careful with our targets. And we only extend when we're seeing some momentum. And we're countering a stupidly strong trend here. So, you know, it is risky. And these trades here, they're almost mutually exclusive. So if we're going long on USDJPY, we're probably not going to be going short on... Sorry, if we're going short on USDJPY, we're probably not going to be going long on USDCHF. So it's just going to depend what happens here. We're either going to see price stalling out on this support area, or we're going to see price continuing down. If we see price continuing down, then I'm in favor of going for a short on USDJPY. And then not looking for a long on USDCHF. So we've got some options here. We just want to wait and see what happens over the next few hours. I just want to recheck these pairs real quick because right, EURUSD, this is no longer an active trade. It was shared last week, but that's well and truly closed at this point. But EURUSD is pushing up and about to hit this resistance area. This is a strong resistance area. I will be looking for a short from this resistance here. Price has reversed from here several times in the recent past. 1, 2, Wouldn't be surprised if it does so again. So I am looking for a potential short trade here once it hits that resistance area. It hasn't hit it yet, so AUDCAD's trending down. It's doing a small pullback at the moment. If it pulls back to this resistance area, I'll be looking for a short from this resistance area. So let's mark this one. Bitcoin is just flying up. Ooh, US oil. Nice. This is a CFD, so sadly you Americans won't be able to trade it, but for everyone else in the world, CFDs are tradable. And we got crude oil stalling out on top of a resistance area. Looks decent. Looks like a decent short opportunity. So what I would want to see here is this candle closing, then the next candle pushing down and breaking the low of this previous one. So something like this. In tomorrow's daily candle, I'd want to see something like a break of this low here. And then I might be willing to go in short, although the risk to reward ratio isn't great. I'm going to keep this one on my potential list because we could also enter with a retrace or do something like that. And we also might see price stalling here tomorrow, which might give us a better entry opportunity. So yeah, let's just keep a close eye on this one. EURJPY pushing up to a strong resistance area right now. So it's pushing up to this resistance area. It is still, I would say, trending down overall. So there is potential for a short continuation from this resistance area. Even if it's not a short continuation, it's still a potential short trade from resistance here. It's getting close to it. It bounced away from that resistance very recently, so... Ooh, lots of potentials, guys. AUDCHF, another potential here. Price stalling out on support. Actually, I take that back. This isn't really a potential. It's way too messy. This candle already is too messy. Yeah, I'm not that interested in this. EURJPY. EURJPY is just messing about. I'm not going to do anything there, guys. GBP USD, nothing. CAD CHF, nothing. Nah, I don't like that. Yeah, nothing there. USDNOK, for those who trade it, it's actually a great pair to trade. Great pair to trade. And the spreads are not that bad with most brokers these days. USDNOK is stalling out on support. Good potential for a long hair. This is a strong support area. It's held price back several times in the past. This one dipped below it, but close enough. Price stalling out on the support area. Very curious to see what happens here. I'm going to be looking for a potential long from there if price continues to stall. Oof. Gold is hitting a resistance area, but shorting gold at the moment seems like absolute craziness. It's had highs that it hasn't seen since 2013, so gold is just flying up. There is potential for short, but I'm not going to do it, guys. I don't want to counter that move. Then we got DXY. This is the dollar index. For those of you who can trade this, which I'm assuming a lot of you can. Price is stalling out here on support on DXY. I am looking for a long. There's just so much going on the last few weeks on the charts, guys. And then we got SPX. This is the SP 500. This is again a CFD, so maybe not Americans can't trade this, but most other countries, you should have access to CFDs on your broker platform, hopefully. Most of you should. So this is another good potential. There's a potential short here. This one's been shared to the forum already. Just a very solid reversal setup is forming on top of this resistance area here. Last time price was up here, it turned around in a big way. This time it's up here, it has potential to turn around again. If it turns around again, it would form like a double top, I think. I'm not that great with chart patterns, to be completely honest. I'm more candlestick analysis than overall chart patterns, but I think that would be a double top if it drops down from here. So, guys, that wraps up the analysis. Not going to hang around long. I need to get up at 4 a.m. tomorrow because, like I said, I am flying to Sweden, Stockholm, however you say it, for a business/sightseeing trip. Should be fun. But unfortunately, it requires me to wake up at like 4:30 a.m. to catch the train, to get to the airport, blah, 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 all that stuff. I like living in modern times because we have a lot of cool stuff, but I do kind of wish I was born in an age where teleporters were invented. That way I could just teleport and avoid all this stupid travel stuff. Anyway, I shouldn't be complaining about a trip. So I'll just shut up and stop complaining. And I guess I'll do a little analysis summary. Although we just talked about these, so there's not much else to chat about. But yeah, here we got EURUSD, price pushing up to resistance. I'm looking for price to stall out on resistance, give us some nice indecision, kind of like it did here. See, I'm looking for that kind of pattern there or that kind of pattern there. You just check out my free strategy on my site or check out my advanced strategy if you're on part of the course. And then you'll have an idea of what I'm looking for up here at this resistance area. USDJPY, I want to see a continuation here, potentially. It could also turn around from here and keep pushing up. Like I was saying, USDCHF could turn around. So we're just waiting to see if USD is going to stall and turn around, or if it's going to keep dropping. I think there's a good chance it's going to stall and turn around. That's why my entry is not until down here on USDJPY. So I want to see it actually drop down. So that's why I got my entry set that low. Because if it does that, then I would start to think that it is going to continue down. But overall, it looks like the more likely thing is that it's going to stall out and turn around, at least temporarily. At least a temporary pullback from here, would not surprise me at all. Especially considering the dollar index is stalling out on support right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if dollar index turns around. But we're going to keep our options open with USDJPY for a potential short, USDCHF for a potential long, and DXY for a potential long. Keep our options open. Don't commit to long or shorts. And just see what the market tells us and trade accordingly. Right, AUDCAD waiting for a pullback to resistance for a potential short. US oil, potential short here, but the risk to reward ratio is not fantastic because the candle is pretty big. But there are some things we can do, like entering on a retrace potentially, which will give us much better numbers. Sorry, I forgot to look at news. I'll get to that in a sec. EURJPY waiting for a pullback to resistance for a potential short. USDNOK stalling out on support like a lot of these other USD pairs. So there's potential for a long trade here. SPX, this is the SP 500, S&P 500. Potential short from this resistance area. So that is the summary done. Let's take a look at news because, like I said, I forgot to. So what do we have? We had Fed Chairman Powell speaking. Let's look at what he's actually going to say. Due to speak at the economic outlook and monetary policy at the economic outlook and monetary policy at the Council of Foreign Relations. Yeah, I mean, it could move the market. I'm not too bothered with that. Plus, it's kind of late tomorrow evening. CB consumer confidence is kind of late-ish. Wait, are you talking about this one here? Because that one already happened. Yeah, I don't see any other AD speech, so I think you might be talking about this one. That was 12:30 a.m. Monday morning, UK time. So for you, it would have been Sunday evening. Other than that, we have, like, out in New Zealand, this could cause some big impact this week, the official cash rate. And of course, starting Friday, the G20 meeting. So I'm going to look to close all trades on Friday or before Friday. Before Friday morning, before the G20 meetings start, is when I want to start closing out my positions. I don't want to hold over the G20 meetings. Things can get pretty crazy. Definitely not going to hold over this weekend. So I'm going to be closing out my trades by Thursday this week. So guys, that wraps up the daily analysis. Oof, yeah. Those Trump tweets are going to be brutal. I liked Trump when he first... Well, sorry, don't get me wrong. I don't really have a say in American politics. And I don't really... It doesn't interest me that much. So I'm not going to get into... Is he a good president? Is he not? That's business for Americans. I was going to say I liked Trump in the sense that he was making me some good money when he first came in. He would say stuff and it would push trades in my direction. And I was like, whoa, this Trump guy is not too bad after all. Making me some money. But lately, he's been costing me some money. And a lot of costs due to Trump's tweets and speeches and all the craziness. Lately, it's not been good. Started good for me. Started good, but yeah. Well, what can you do? There is an orange speech. Righto, let's have a look. RBA assist Governor Bullock speaks. Meh. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Due to deliver a speech titled Modernising the Australian Payment System at the Central Bank Conference in Berlin. I don't think this is going to have any impacts, man. I think you're good. You never know. You never know with speeches, but it's unlikely that it's going to cause any impact. Right, guys, so I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to get to bed so I can wake up nice and early. Hop on a train, hop on a plane, and go over to Stockholm. There will be a webinar possibly tomorrow evening. I might be giving you guys short notice tomorrow. Unfortunately, it might be only like 6 hours notice to the webinar because I just have to fit it in around my travel. So I'll try my best to get it all sorted and get you guys at least 12 hours notice. But if I can't, It might be only 6 hours notice. I'll do my best. So yeah, thank you guys for attending, and I'll see you for tomorrow's webinar.